Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impressions video for the new hero trailer that's going to be dropping tonight for the new heroes that are going to be introduced into Fire Emblem Heroes tomorrow. Now, Flora from Fire Emblem Fates has been all but confirmed at this point, leaked because of an image in the achievements for Google Play, which has led a lot of people to speculate that we're going to be getting a Fates-centered banner. So we'll see if they're right. Maybe we'll be seeing some familiar faces. Maybe Charlotte. Maybe Ophelia, maybe Orochi, maybe Silas. Who knows? But I am very excited to watch this for the first time with all of you together. Okay, let's get this started. I am actually pretty darn excited about this. I'm really hoping we get a bunch of cool Nohrian characters. Okay, it's conquest related, so does that mean Nor? Dramatic heroine, it's gotta be her.
It's
Ophelia!
Given to me by my father.
Oh, she looks awesome! Mistletoe! She's got Mistletoe! Oh, that's so cool. Who did the art for this? She looks amazing. She really does. I Spy.
You should
Oh, it's Nina! Okay, so she has a shining bow, and she's got bow valor. Okay, that's pretty good. The art for this, the art for Nina's really good too. Loyal Knight. Could this be Silas? It is Silas!
Hoping to one day reunite with my best friend.
That voice is just a dash. What does that mean? Who's voicing him? Okay. Slaying Spear. Steady Stance. I didn't see really any premium skills, so maybe he's going to be the demotion. Cold as Ice. Here's Flora.
There's so many wonderful heroes here.
There she is.
I'm a bit nervous, to be honest.
And Hoarfrost Knife. So is this going to be... I didn't even check if this is actually a red dagger or not. There was some speculation that she would be a red dagger. Okay. Well, the art for this banner is actually really awesome. Okay, so we do get a fully stacked Nohrian banner. All new units, no dupes. So that's very exciting, I think, for a lot of people. I know a lot of people are sick of sort of the Fates Awakening banners, but we've got no dupes. These are all new characters, and I think most people will be excited. There's a lot of fan favorites to go around here. Ophelia, I think everybody loves Ophelia. Silas has a huge fan base as well. Nina, pretty popular, and Flora is obviously very popular as well. So that's great. I didn't even look at the color distribution or the skills, so let's go back, take another look at what they have to offer, and yeah, but I'm actually pretty excited about this so far. I definitely want to go back and take a look at their special. So let's back it up and watch it again. All right, so I'm looking at the title. It says Nohrian Dusk. Okay, new heroes join the battle. Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. Okay, dramatic heroine. Let's go ahead and pause here and take a look at Ophelia's art. Awesome. She looks amazing. She actually really does look amazing. She's a blue tome user just like her father, infantry. Okay, Angela Marie Volpe is voicing her, and artist is Umu Geso. Have they drawn anybody before? Okay, so I just looked it up really quickly. I thought the art style looked familiar. Geso also did Winter Lissa, who I think everybody loves the art for Winter Lissa. Even if you're not a fan of Lissa, you can't help but love the art for Winter Lissa. And they similarly did an absolutely phenomenal job with Ophelia here. She looks amazing. So let's go ahead and hit play, continue on, take a look at her skills.
Given to me by my father.
Okay, so let's pause it here, take a look at what she has. And the very first thing to notice, she's got 5 skills, which means that she does have kind of a full set going for her. And she has a legendary weapon. So those two things hand in hand. It doesn't guarantee that this character is going to stay 5-star locked, but I think it's a pretty safe bet. Mistletoe is her weapon, 14 Might Tome, accelerates special trigger, cooldown -1, so it's got a slaying effect, slaying/killer effect. At the start of turn 1, grant special cooldown -1 for each magic ally on your team, including unit. Weird. So that's like Magic Pulse. It's not Infantry Pulse, but it's sort of like Magic Pulse. You have, so I mean, just by default, on turn 1, she's going to get -1 cooldown. So this Blazing Light, for example, that she has equipped as her special on turn 1 will start at a 2-turn cooldown. So that's pretty cool. And then if you have multiple mages on the team, and that's going to be very, very easy to set up on like arena defense teams where you're not really that concerned about the scoring necessarily. If you have a full team of mages, then you're going to have Ophelia basically, depending on the special that you choose, rearing to go at a 0-turn cooldown. And that's going to be very easy to set up. So that is pretty cool. Rally up, attack plus. Again, we're getting the plus rallies now. Grants attack +6 to target ally and allies within 2 spaces of target. Oh, wow. Really? Well, rally skills really needed an upgrade, aside from the dual rallies. I mean, even the dual rallies are, honestly, just pale in comparison to the movement-based assists that are in the game. This, on the other hand, Rally Attack Plus, I keep saying that, Rally Up Attack Plus, it not only gives you a +6 boost, which is considerable. If it only did that, then I would say that you're going to, other than the SP points for Arena, you're probably just going to scrap this, at least in terms of utility, but it also grants it to allies within 2 spaces of the target, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's kind of, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. It's not super broken or anything. You are still sacrificing the movement assist, but I think it's definitely a positive upgrade to the rally skills as far as, introducing new abilities and making them more palatable for people that actually want to use them. Blazing Light, this is going to be an AoE special. One of the 1.5 times AoE specials, so one of the more powerful ones. So, that's pretty good. Sturdy Blow 2, as the A slot. If unit initiates combat, grants attack and defense +4 during combat. That's okay. And Chill Res 3. Chill Res 3 is awesome. The chill skills are definitely premium skills, and definitely fits her setup very well. She's going to be rocking a lot of magic damage, and the Chill Res is only going to enhance that further. So she's got a great kit that can definitely be swapped around too to meet your own specifications, and I'm eager to see how her skills and stats mesh with each other when we get more information on the data mine as far as that's concerned. But Ophelia is looking great, and honestly, at least thus far, she may be the target for me on this banner. But let's keep going. Yep, and that art's pretty amazing. I Spy. Let's take a look at Nina's art here. She looks great too. I really like the art for this banner. So Nina is an infantry archer. Liv Strander is doing the voice for her, and Mikuro is doing the art. You may recall Mikuro did both Tropical Beauty Camilla, so Summer Camilla, as well as New Year's Camilla. So definitely tried and true. They've done great work in the past, and they're doing great work here. Nina looks awesome. Let's keep going with it. Alright, so let's take a look and pause here at her skills. So Shining Bow Plus, it's a 12 might weapon, effective against flying foes, as all bows are. If foe's defense is greater than or equal to foe's res, +5, deals +7 damage. That's weird. Okay. So if the foe's defense is greater than their res by a considerable amount, so I guess a lot of armors, maybe some dragons, deals +7 damage. I don't know. I mean, that seems okay. It doesn't really seem like anything special. But it is inheritable. It does have that plus there, so you can inherit it onto other units. Drawback for the assist, very good skill for a ranged unit. Moonbow for the special. Speed Res Link 3. If movement assist skill like reposition, shove, pivot, etc. is used by unit or targets the unit, grants speed and res +6 to unit and target ally or unit and targeting ally for 1 turn. So basically, if anybody uses reposition, drawback, any of those skills on her, or she uses those skills on somebody else, then it gives +6 speed and res to both units. So that's pretty good. I think, especially used in combination with Brave Lucina, that could be really interesting, because Brave Lucina could could use it to, effectively dance herself, since she has that special special property with her assist, and then grant herself a boost. And it's kind of cool. And then she has Bow Valor 3 for her C slot. Bow Valor skills in general, always coveted, always helpful to reduce that grind on SP. So let's keep playing the teaser. Let's see Nina in action. I like the art, sticking out her tongue. Okay, alright, she looks good. She looks great. Okay, Loyal Knight, we've got our bro Silas. Let's take a look at his art. He looks good. It looks good, just like I remembered. Silas, he's Cavalry Lancer. No surprises there. That's that's how we remember him. I don't know who's doing the voice. It might have to do with that whole union thing with the voice actors. So I'm not sure who's voicing him. Okay, so Mecha did the art for Silas. He most recently in the game did Linus, who has some great art in the games. Also done the original Ike, Jerome, Kane. So he's definitely seasoned in the game, and he provides some great work here. I think Silas looks pretty good here. Let's keep going.
One day reunite with my best friend.
All right, let's pause and take a look at his skills. He's only got 4 skills, and nothing crazy. I definitely think that Silas is going to be the demote thus far, at least looking at the different units that we've seen so far. Slaying Spear Plus, effective against armored foes. Yeah, nothing special there. Reposition, nothing special there. Steady Stance 3, nothing special there. The only thing that he really brings to the table that's unique, Even Defense Wave 3. So at start of even number turns, we all know about these wave skills, odd or even, depending on the number of the turn, grants Silas as well as adjacent allies a boost. In this case, it would be defense, at defense plus 6. It would be interesting, I mean, Silas definitely looks like he's going to be the demote to 4-star on this banner. It would be very interesting if we get this wave skill as a 4-star skill. That'd be pretty neat. Be a neat introduction into the game. But otherwise, nothing really to write home about the skills. Maybe his stats are a little bit more impressive. But as far as, what he offers here as far as his skills are concerned, like, not even his weapon is really all that great. It's pretty common as it is. But let's keep going with it. Take a look at Silas in action. That action pose. He looks good. He looks good. Okay, Cold as Ice, the leaked unit of the game. We're going to pause here. Okay, and we're going to take a look at Flora, the sister of Felicia, and very appropriate. Hako doing the art. Hako also did the art for Felicia in the game. So, very appropriate. The two sisters together as a set. Flora is voiced by Julie Ann Taylor, and she's going to be an infantry Red Dagger unit. So our first Red Dagger unit that is not a seasonal, that is going to be entering the general pool of units in Fire Emblem Heroes. So that's exciting in and of itself. Let's keep going with it. Flora looks, and she looks great. She looks great. I mean, it's kind of interesting if you kind of superimpose her next to Felicia. They have the exact same pose, but they're facing in opposite directions. Or maybe not the exact same pose. I think their hands might be different. But if you put them like side by side, you can almost like see them each on either side of like Corrin, for example. It's, I guess, the image that you could kind of conjure up. She looks good, and she looks consistent with Felicia, which I think is a good move. I think she stands out. So let's go ahead and keep going with this and take a look at her skills here. All right, so let's take a pause. 5 skills. I originally said that Ophelia was going to be the big the big ticket unit of the banner. Flora doesn't look like any slouch here either. So she's got her own legendary weapon and she's decked out with 5 skills. So I don't think there's going to be any surprises as far as Flora and Ophelia remaining as 5 stars. Hoarfrost Knife. This is a long description. 14 might. It's going to be a red dagger, as I mentioned, or rather, she's going to be a red dagger. This is just a dagger weapon. Accelerate special cooldown -1, so it has a slaying/killer effect. If unit initiates combat and foe uses a sword, lance, axe, or dragonstone, so a melee weapon, close range weapon, grants defense 20 during combat, and if foe can counter, Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. After combat, if unit attacked, inflicts defense res minus... Okay. So the standard dagger fare of debuffing. But let's go back to this. So according to this, she starts with a special cooldown -1. We've all seen that before. If unit initiates combat, so if she attacks a melee unit, she gets defense +20 during combat. And if foe can counter, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So, right off the bat, if she attacks any of the melee units that doesn't have distant counter, the defense +20 does nothing for her. It doesn't provide her any advantage whatsoever. The Hoarfrost Knight is intended specifically to counter distant counter enemies. So, if she's initiating against a melee enemy that has distant counter, she gets defense +20. And if foe can counter, so they have distant counter, then Flora makes a guaranteed follow-up, so she will absolutely double, right? That is kind of interesting. Again, those effects are only if she initiates. So, it's kind of unusual because the defense +20, again, only comes into play if the opponent has distant counter, because otherwise the defense +20 is doing nothing. So it may as well only apply if the unit has distant counter. Now, I suppose if you decided to put, I don't know what her stat line is going to be, but I suppose if you put something like Bonfire on her, then yes, if she initiates against somebody that can't counterattack, a melee unit that can't counterattack, that defense +20 is going to stack on an additional 10 damage if she had Bonfire equipped, for example. Again, depending on what her stat line is, that may not be ideal, because, for all we know, she could have like 5 defense, and it doesn't really make a difference. But just something to consider. There's a lot of things going on with the Hoarfrost Knight, and some of it is interesting, a lot of it is interesting, all of it sort of designed to counter distant counter close-range units, and very much Dragonstones as well, since a lot of Dragonstones have distant counter inherently on it. So the defense +20 obviously isn't going to help against Dragonstones, but the guaranteed follow-up will. Okay, so enough about the Hoarfrost Knight. We're going to go into her special, Iceberg. Her coming pre-equipped with Iceberg makes me believe that she probably has a pretty significant res stat. Attack res solo 3. If unit is not adjacent to an ally, grants attack res +6 during combat. Okay, so we're getting a whole new set of skills now, the solo skills, which forces a unit to be by itself. We kind of had something sort of akin to that with Legendary Ephraim, only because, again, he gets sort of a boost when he's out on his own. And so similarly here, we're getting an A-slot skill that will enhance the unit as long as they have nobody around them. So that is, that's kind of interesting. Quick Riposte 3 for the B-slot. That's pretty great. Quick Riposte is an awesome skill. It doesn't really synergize, at least as far as I can tell, with Hoarfrost Knight, because Hoarfrost Knight really is an offensive weapon. All of these cool effects that you're getting with Hoarfrost Knight only come into play if you're initiating. But, especially the guaranteed follow-up attack. I mean, if there's a guaranteed follow-up attack on the Hoarfrost Knight, then you would think that Desperation would be the way to go on Flora. But maybe they wanted to give her a more premium B skill, and Quick Riposte is definitely a harder skill to find on a unit than Desperation. Death Ploy 3 for the C slot. That's a great skill. The ploy skills are really great. And that also it kind of syncs up with the notion that Flora has some pretty high res. That would be consistent. So let's keep going. Take a look at Flora as she's attacking. Oh, she looks great. I like that little pose. Leave me no choice. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so pausing there, she did 49 damage, and the battle simulator at the top says that she would do 27 damage. So that is 22 damage. Assuming that she has Iceberg at the ready, that would mean that she has 44 resistance. So 44 resistance, and then taking another look at her skills. We'll subtract 6. We're going to assume that she has Attack Res Solo 3 activated. It's not so far-fetched to think that that would be the case. So that would put her at 38 resistance. So we could be looking at 38 resistance for Flora. Again, just based on this little preview, who knows? But that's a pretty meaty res stat, I must say. So new story chapter, Away Home. We are going to get a new chapter, so very excited about that. And no surprises as far as the map is concerned at the end there. So new heroes are here. It's going to be a Nohrian-themed banner, Fates-themed banner, all new unit. We're going to be starting on September 14th. I'm excited. I am definitely excited. It does look like Ophelia shares a color with Silas, and Silas is probably one of the less desirable characters. Aside from being a fan favorite, because I know people out there like Silas. I like Silas. As far as his skills are concerned, and as well as his archetype, being a cavalry lancer, doesn't bring a ton new to the table, I would say. So unfortunately, Ophelia and Silas color sharing is kind of a bummer. But then you've got Nina as colorless, and you've got Flora as the red. So I think I am going to be pulling on this banner at least a little bit. Halloween is around the corner, so I am expecting some great things from that seasonal banner, but with Ophelia on this banner, I've got to pull. So I'm going to be pulling probably for Ophelia at the very least. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited about this banner, who you're going to be pulling for if you are, and how many orbs you have saved up for them. And that's going to do it. So I hope you had fun coming along for the ride and experiencing the trailer with me for the first time, interpreting these skills. If you did enjoy yourself, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. I really appreciate you coming along. I think it's fun when we do it together. I do really appreciate it, so thank you so much. And until next time, let's protect those skies.